So I'm not going to go into details at this very moment as to what different things his mom did to me in particular that let me know that she too was a narcissist, because I did want you guys to understand exactly where I'm coming from and how that seed was planted inside my ex as a child that led to adulthood. So what I'm going to address is the 7 things that I believe narcissists the 7 things that I believe that narcissists challenges that narcissists have in their adulthood, okay? But I want to say this first. Narcissists and serial killers have something in common. I want you to ask yourself, what might a narcissist and a serial killer have in common? They lack empathy. Narcissists are totally about themselves. Narcissists could care less what you think or how you feel about anything, because at the end of the day, it's about what they think, and that's what's going to fly. Okay? So a narcissist will never be able to completely love you, because they're never going to be able to fully understand your love language. They're always going to love you in the way that they think you should be loved, based off how they want to be loved. Meaning, they're going to do things to you that they think that you would enjoy, when it's probably something that you don't even like or enjoy, but they're going to do it because that's what they want to do. There was a time where I'm a communicator, okay? I'm the type of person that will tell you what I like, what I don't like up front, so that you wouldn't have to guess me. I never want anybody to feel uncomfortable around me or feel like it's something that they need to figure out about me, because I'm such a mystery person. I would tell this particular person what it was that I liked and what I didn't like. However, my needs were never met. They were never met. It was never a real concern, okay? It was just always for their game. So, one of the things that a narcissist will lack in adulthood is invalidation. Meaning, they will ignore your feelings, they will ignore your thoughts and desires. As an adult, you will not be able to as an adult, they will not be able to effectively express themselves. In my experience, this particular person did say to me, I don't know how to express myself. And I thought, wow, you are a full-grown adult that does not know how to express yourself. How sway, you know? But they don't. They really don't. They act out like a child. They act out instead. Anger, rage, manipulation, things like that, to get their way and to make you feel like crap. Instability. Number 2, instability. One minute they will praise you, and in the same breath, they are triggered and turn physically violent. So you could be in a conversation with a narcissist, and they may be trying to give you a compliment of something nice that you may have done, but don't let you say the wrong thing in the midst of that conversation. This has happened to me so many times, to where I was literally charged at. So they are unstable people emotionally. It's kind of like walking on eggshells, because you never know what to expect. You never know how to approach them, because you never know what to expect. Who wants to live like that? It's like they will never have a nice relationship if they continue to have these characteristics. Okay? As an adult, and as an adult, they will tend to draw close to people that are broken and compelled to try to fix them. They are emotionally malicious. Number 3, exploitations. For the narcissist to for the narcissist's own need to feel good and significant, they will need exploitation. Okay? Number 4, manipulation. A big one. Constantly remind you of what they do for you and how ungrateful you are if you don't abide by their demands, needs, abusing shame. So they'll tell you how much of a shame it is for you to be doing what you're doing, all the while emotionally manipulating them to do what they really wanted you to do from the get-go. Okay? So they're constantly manipulating you. They're constantly manipulating you. They're constantly using your faults and your wrong flaws against you to manipulate you, to get you to do things that they want you to do. Number 5, neglect. This is a big one too. From either working too much or substance abuse, leaving a child to fend for them. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Number 5, neglect. So because one of the parents was working too much, or substance abuse was an issue, that leaves the child to fend for themselves, feeling unsupported. Going on into adulthood with those neglectful feelings and thoughts could only be leading towards destruction, because you're constantly trying to prove yourself to someone, your parents in particular, that you're good enough. And you take that baggage. A narcissist will take that baggage into their relationship, and those characteristics will be to get those same things out of their significant other, not realizing that their significant other do love them. They do support them. They do want to be there for them. But they'll never fully see it. They'll never fully understand how much you really love them, because they're too busy feeling neglected. If that makes sense. Especially if you have children that you have to tend to. They feel like they need attention as well as if they were a child, because of what they went through as a child. Okay? Number 6, superficiality. A lovely person to the outside, but total different person on the inside. To sum that up, it's a false self. It's a false self constructing a false life, that people will only accept them if they're perfect. Their aim is to be a perfect person. In my situation, he was always trying to prove himself to his mother and his family, because his family was the ones that, his sibling was the ones that took care of him. His mom, she basically was the only one that took care of him. He was constantly trying to prove himself to them and how good his life is, when I knew what life really was, because if we were living together, we were together. But he will always try to put on this persona that things were good, everything is what it is. It's a breezy, sunny day, okay? He would always do that. And I noticed that early on in a relationship as well. But I know how sometimes people have pride and they want, they want people to think that everything's good. So I understood it to a certain extent, okay? 7, control. By controlling your life decisions, like the parents, they control his life decisions. and make you feel guilty for what they said. So it's been times where his mom will say things to him, never really apologize for it, but make him feel guilty as if he's the reason that she said what he said when it was totally disrespectful. That makes sense. So they will control you. Even they will use your feelings to control you. And as an adult, they'll seek validation. They would, before they make any decision or compelled to keep them happy by choices, no matter how uncomfortable you may feel, creating long-term anxiety, fear, and depression. So they, as going into adulthood, being controlled by parents or being raised by a narcissist parent, that creates anxiety, fear, and depression in a narcissist. So even though they may be feeling stress, anxiety, depression, fear, they try to put those things off over on you, for you being the reason for them feeling the way that they feel when they had that baggage all the way from childhood. But they'll make you feel like you're the reason, which is another form of control, manipulation, and all the other things that narcissists do to get their way, to make you feel like a horrible person, and to have you questioning